Good afternoon and a very Merry Christmas to those ladies and gentlemen, hobos and tramps, cross-eyed mosquitoes, and bow-legged ants. Welcome to another episode, and I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I like it. It is a week before Christmas, December the 18th, and I just want to talk with you a little bit about relationships. Now, relationships are broken down, at least in the Greek, into three categories: eros, philia, and agape. Now, those are three different areas of love. And in relationships, love is the key factor, not only to keep it together, but also to understand how relationships are supposed to work. Relationships based on eros are erotic relationships, lust, as you will, and those are basically the beginning of most relationships. What is pleasing to the eye is often the window to the heart. So if you see someone who excites your interest, then that person is one that you will probably spend the most time with and the one whom you will most want to know. So that's the normal way of things. Now, there are people who excite that kind of interest, movie stars, people who are exceptionally good looking, those kind of people. They excite that kind of interest whether they want that kind of interest or not. So a relationship based only on that factor cannot work, because it is a shallow, meaningless relationship that only involves physical gratification and not a deeper knowledge of a person's wants, desires, all that kinds of stuff, as well as their background and their present circumstances. So this would be more along the line of a one-night thing, or perhaps a seduction which may take place over who knows how long, and then a culmination, and then it's over. Now, there are probably more of that kind of relationship in the Philippines, but I don't know that. What I do know is, and this seems to be the facts, that there are 9 women to every man. And there seems to be a problem with a lot of relationships in that the erotic part takes over, and so you have people that have babies who should not be having babies. They're teenagers having babies while they haven't even been fully grown adults yet. That's because more or less of eros and the toll it takes on people who have no idea what love really is. They think they're in love when they're in lust. Then there are those who are philia. Now, familiar relationships, obviously, it sounds like, and it is, the root word for family. The feelings we have for our parents, our brothers, our sisters, our relations with relatives and stuff like that. So a family relationship is not the first relationship. The first relationship usually starts with eros. And even in families, boys tend to bond to mothers, girls tend to bond to fathers, and that sometimes creates confusion as to what's appropriate between parents and their siblings as far as physical contact, what is the protections that need to be in place from relations who may not have control of themselves or may feel that they can manipulate a younger member of the family into having sexual relationships when it is obviously inappropriate. So erotics, basically, once again, is in shallow relationship in which love is not the key component, but it can masquerade as such. Now, agape love, or the agape relationship, is an unconditional love. That obviously means without any conditions whatsoever. But even agape love can be confusing if you believe that the unconditional love aspects means that whatever someone does is okay, because otherwise it's conditional. But some things like spouse abuse, child abuse, and things like that, while it should be in a category of agape, certainly is not. It is not acceptable behavior for parents or grandparents or aunts and uncles, titas, should be doing such a thing to those who are in their care or charge.